Good morning, my dear students. Our lesson today about data and statistical questions. We have two types of questions. The first type is a statistical questions, and the second one is non-statistical questions. Statistical questions is a question that can be answered by collecting data, should have different answers, and non-statistical questions which has an exact answer. Next exercise will explain the difference between the statistical questions and non-statistical questions. Exercise number 1. Identify which questions are statistical or non-statistical. Letter A. What time did the students in your class get up this morning? We have many answers for this question, so we can classify this question as a statistical question. But if we ask about how many students in your class, you have an exact answer. So we can classify this question as non-statistical question. On letter C, how many brothers does Mina have? If we classify this question, we will classify it as non-statistical question. Another group of questions, letter D. What are the students' favorite colors in your class? In this question, we have too many different answers, like blue, black, red, yellow, and so on. So we classify this question as a statistical. On letter E, how tall was Sandy in the previous year? This is a question has an exact answer, so we will classify as non-statistical question. On letter F, how many boxes do the students in your class read per year? This is question have many answers, so we will classify it as a statistical question. Okay, now we have two types of statistical questions, numerical data and categorical data. Numerical data, it's collected in number form. For example, when we ask about height, weight, age, number of boxes, all of these questions have numerical answer. And the second type, categorical data, it's collected in descriptive form. We describe the answer as color, favorite sport, favorite TV show, favorite movie. All of them, questions have answer as a word. Exercise number 2. Determine whether the result from each question would give you numerical data or categorical data. On letter A, how many pets do the students in your class have? Each one will answer about this question with a number, so it's a numerical data. Letter B, what color hair do students in your class have? The answer of this question, it will be a word, so it's categorical data. Letter C, what types of fruits do students in your class like best? Also this question, if we have answer, it would be word, so it's categorical data. Letter D, how many siblings do the students in your class have? This question has an answer in number form, so It will be numerical data. Now we need to represent the data which we collect. First method, we can use dot plot to display individual data values along the number line and use dots to represent the frequencies of each individual value. We have here characteristics of the dot plot, and this is example to show the points of the characteristics. First, the title. The title here, the boxes read last month. And number two, shows the numerical data which are represented on the number line from 0 to 6, the number of boxes from 0 boxes and 6 boxes read per month, and each individual data is represented by a dot above the number line. If you read one book, we will make a dot above number 1. If you read 2 books, we make a dot above number 2, and so on. The last part, the number line, is labeled with the unit used to measure the data. Number of books will measure by 1, so 0 books, 1, 2, and so on. From the following exercise, we will learn how to answer the following questions from the dot plot graph. From the opposite dot plot, answer the following questions. This graph is talked about the movies seen at the theater last month, and this is the number of movies from 0 to 10. The first question, how many people were surveyed? So we will count all the dots above the line, so we will get 20 people. And in exercise letter B, how many people saw 3 movies? We will go to number 3 and count the number of dots above number 3. We will get 3 dots, so 3 persons saw 3 movies. In exercise C, how many people saw 2 movies or more? 2 or more, maybe they saw 3, 4, 5, and so on till 10. So we will count from 2 movies to 9 movies. We count the dots above number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. We will get 11 persons. And the last one, how many people didn't see any movies? 0 movies. So we will count the number of dots above 0. We have 3 persons here. So the number of people who didn't see any movies are 3 persons. Another method to represent data, bar graph. A bar graph displays individual data values along the horizontal axis and uses bars to represent the frequencies of each individual value. This is the characteristics of bar graph, and this is the example for the bar graph. Here we have title. The title here is a favorite color, and we have 2 axes, horizontal axis to represent the data, which can be anything. Here we talked about the favorite color, so we have data red, green, blue, and yellow. Vertical axis has a scale. This is the scale talked about the number of students who surveyed from 0 to 8. And on number 3, we labeled each X. Some students choose red and other green, blue, and yellow. Number 4 shows the categorical data, and the bars represented the data. 5 students choose red, and 3 students choose green, and 2 students choose blue, and the last one yellow. 6 students choose yellow. Each bar represented one category or one value. Equal gaps between bars. We have equal gaps here between each bar, and bars can be rearranged. We can started from green, from blue, from yellow, not necessarily to start from red. Okay, from the opposite bar graph, answer the following questions. We have bar graph here talked about the number of students passed the monthly quiz in each subject. We have here horizontal line talked about the subjects and vertical line talked about the number of students from 0 to 100. First question, letter A, talked about how many students passed in math quiz. The bar of math reached number 7, so 70 students passed in math quiz. Letter B, how many subjects have at least 60 students passed in the quiz? 60 students at least, that means 60 or more. So we have in math 70, and in English 60, and in social 90. So the three subjects, math, English, and social, each subject have at least 60 students or more. Let us see which subject has the lowest number of students passed in the quiz, which is clear from the bar graph, which is science. So the students has the lowest number of students passed in this quiz is science. And how many more students passed in social than in science? In social we have 90 students and in science we have 30 students. So if we subtract 30 from 90, we will get 60 students more in social. What is the statistical question? What the students who collected the following data may have asked, and mention the type of this data. We have here bar graph talked about the favorite TV shows and the number of students and the type of TV shows which they answered by their names. Okay, so we can guess the question was, what TV shows do you like? And the type of the answers or the type of the questions was categorical data. Another exercise is talked about the number of siblings per student. This is dot plot represent the number of siblings for each student. So guess the question which the students asked, how many siblings do you have? And the type of data we answer by numerical data. Thank you, grade 6.